It's no doubt that if you want to play metal, you need to master this one crucial technique called downpicking. But how do you actually master it? In this video, you're gonna learn exactly that. So before talking about downpicking, we need to understand that there are three techniques, including downpicking, which all stem from the same key points. These techniques are downpicking, alternate picking, and gallops. All of these three techniques are connected, and now I will explain why. Means that if you master downpicking, you can master alternate picking, and if you master alternate picking, you can master gallops, and if you master gallops, so on and so forth. If you master one of these techniques, you can master all of them, because these three techniques stem from the same three key points that we're gonna talk about now. So before talking about how to master downpicking, we need to understand how to actually downpick. And now you're probably thinking to yourself, I already know how to downpick, you just downpick. Yeah, but it goes further than that. If you don't do three crucial things, you will never actually downpick in the speed that you aspire to downpick. You can actually play riffs like Master of Puppets, Megadeth, Metallica, Slipknot, whatever. So I wanted to remember these three letters. The format we will use for downpicking is called WME. WME stands for W, wrist, and this means moving just the wrist when you play, because it will happen to me all the time when I will teach guitarists how to play metal, and they will downpick, alternate pick like this. But now I want to ask you, how the hell do you expect to play fast if you pick like this? It's not possible. So what you want to do is to move just the wrist. You see that even if I play fast, my wrist is doing all the work. And yeah, maybe my form does move a little bit, and the power of the picking is not coming from there, but from the wrist. So move just the wrist. So I wanted to try it out. Take the low E string and just downpick whilst moving just the wrist, like this. At first it will feel awkward, and that's completely fine, because if you're getting used to it, just do it more and more and more until you get used to it. Now, M stands for movement. Maybe you do move just the wrist, but you pick like this. Do you see the problem in this kind of picking? The problem with this style of picking is that you use too much movement. So M stands for using the minimum movement. No need to pick like this. If you can pick like this. So what I wanted to do right now is the same low E string and move just the wrist and use the minimum movement. It's supposed to look something like this. Now, after you move just the wrist, after you use the minimum movement, you need to use the minimum effort, which is what E stands for, effort. So try to just do the same thing, but relax it as much as possible. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, oh man, I implemented everything, but I still cannot play fast. Yeah, of course, Tom, you just started. What you need to do is to just work on it consistently until you become better. If you want a full guide on how to build results in the guitar in the fastest way possible, join the Discord server right now, the first link in the description. So now what I want you to do is to just take the low E string and really try your best to incorporate all of these three letters. WME. Remember, WME. 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 Remember, W, wrist, move just the wrist. M, movement, use the minimum movement. And E, effort, use the minimum effort. You will work with a metronome and you will gradually increase your tempo. This is where stuff like progressive overload comes into play. Progressive overload explains that if you want to build results in the guitar long term, it's actually a term from the gym, but we will use it in the guitar, you need to constantly increase the difficulty as you become better. So for example, if I do this, and I use 100 BPM today, after a couple of days it's easier, what I will do is increase it to 105 BPM, for example, and we'll do it again. And then I will increase it over, on and on to 110, 120, 130, 40, 50, until I become a master. This is how you do it. Your exercise is to use a metronome, downpick the low E string, and use the highest tempo where you can still control the proper form. The proper form is the WME framework. We'll do it for a couple of days, and then it will become easier. When it becomes easier, increase the tempo furthermore. You do it over and over and over again until you become a master. You probably watched like hundreds of videos like this but you never actually took action, or you did take action for a couple of days and then you quit. So you will never actually see results and become the master guitarist you aspire to be if you're not consistent. And this is exactly why you need a community of like-minded people who are doing the same thing as you, keeping you accountable. That's why you should join the Metal Guitar Master Discord server right now, the first link in the description. This will make you accountable and consistent, and will actually make sure that you become the best metal guitarist you can possibly be.